Well, we are into overtime. So let's go ahead and find out what DSP wants. DSP, ladies and gentlemen, after years now of calling people fucking stupid, liars, pieces of shit, anyone who dared criticize him and say that he might be lying to people about his finances, might be using sob stories to go ahead and attract more dollars for himself that he may or may not need. After years of attacking people for that, he now magically wants one of these people to interview him on their channel, but he doesn't want them to interview him like, hey, Phil, let's dig into the DarkSydePhil story. He wants someone to interview him specifically so he can set the record straight.
So he wants someone to let him be a mouthpiece.
Yes, he wants a mouthpiece. Well, I'm very excited to announce that April has contacted DarkSydePhil, and we are going to attempt to get DarkSydePhil on this program. And we hope he'll come on the show, because I'll tell you what I'll be with Phil. I'll be fair. I'll let him say what he wants to say, but I will ask him questions that people would like answers to, that he's skirted around, that he's danced around, that he's thrown tantrums about. I will ask him those questions, but I will also let him answer those questions. I would not bring Phil on just to motherfuck him, because that's no fun to watch as an audience member.
No, that's how you end the interview.
Right, that's shock value. I'm not going to do shock value, but I would ask the questions of Phil that people want to know, and he can answer them as he sees fit. If he wants to do an interview where he's going to send me a pre-approved list of questions, well, he can suck my dick. I'm not interested. Let's watch Phil and see what he has. Now, he put out a 20-minute video. And by the way, announcing that you want someone to interview you so you can clear your name and making it last 20 minutes is such a Phil thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's very DarkSydePhil. Let's go ahead and watch DSP and see what he's got to say.
Hello, everyone out there. My name is Phil Burnell, but I'm greater known to the major part of the internet as DarkSydePhil.
Major?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, yeah.
Be aware that there are more people who have no effing clue who you are than there are aware of you.
Right.
When That's the same for all of us.
When you say major part of the internet, Phil, I think the word you're looking for is niche. And I know that because I am an expert at being a niche program for a niche audience. If someone puts up a video of you talking about this, Phil, they'll get a few thousand views, but the larger internet will keep on spinning. We've been part of the Shab community, the DSP community, the Stuttering John community, all these different people we like to cover. Their communities end up embracing us and watching our show and going, informing us on these people. We are not known to a major part of the internet, Phil. We are known to a very funny niche group of the internet that likes to make fun of people. That's it. You are part of a small gaming contingent on the internet.
Or you may know me from my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, which has been in operation since April of 2010. And for the past 12 years on that channel, or 14 years in general on YouTube, I've been an internet content creator that has made gameplay, mostly raw, unedited gameplay with live commentary over it. But over the years, I've made a wide variety of other content, included game reviews, podcasts.
Dude, is he doing
racist jokes?
Racist jokes, yeah. Lying, yelling at people who give you money.
Badgering my audience.
Badgering my audience, absolutely. Never stopping, never being satisfied, always needing a little bit more.
Firing off a few knuckle children one time.
Jacking off on camera. I'm not doing well for myself with the interview here, am I?
I don't know.
Only 35 seconds in. Shit.
And other things.
It is perfect, Phil, though. Sorry for pausing so much. I know new people are going to hate that. It just, look, well, what can I do? I'm a loudmouth. One thing, it is so Phil to do this video and make it like a job application. Like he's doing the
one thing he's never filled out.
Right. Ironically, he's doing it like he's one of those girls that's like in a pageant. Hi, I'm Phil. You might know me from... Or he's doing like Troy McClure. Hi, I'm DarkSydePhil. You might know me from jacking off on camera.
I am infamous. And what I mean by that is, even though there's a lot of people who like my content and they watch it at face value for what it is, there's probably equal or more people on the internet who watch my content for negative purposes.
The fuck you say?
Hold on. You mean people on the internet like hate watch things?
Yeah, and not only that, Phil, yeah, you're not unique in that sense, but also the thing about Phil is this. You're not supposed to call yourself infamous.
Yeah, that's kind of something.
Other people call you infamous.
No, but you see, he's so famous, he's in.
Oh, well, see, I didn't know that. Thank you, Phil.
Call them almost like hate watchers. All right.
Not
For some
almost,
reason,
they are.
I've had a very unique situation where over the years people have found a way to tether themselves onto me in a very negative and toxic fashion.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Wait a minute here, buddy. Hold on. You're telling me that all these people are hate watching your shit and it's a problem? Well, you said you've been doing this for years, my friend.
Yeah, you can handle it. By the way, how is it that Phil has a Nosferatu doll in the background and that's still the second most ghoulish thing on camera? I don't understand
It's impressive, but what? Oh, he still has the 8-ball in the background.
Oh, yeah, the Magic 8-Ball. Remember that grift? The Magic
just
8-Ball grift?
pay for a question from the Magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
When I first started as a content creator 14 years ago, the internet was a very different place. You basically could say or do whatever the heck you wanted with no repercussions, and no one really was ever offended at anything you said or did. And so,
Yeah, I could make
Because
my
no one was watching.
right. I could make my racist jokes in peace. Now people make fun of me for it.
the person who I was many years ago was very rude, crude, constantly doing very irreverent, over-the-top commentary, purposefully.
Irreverent, another word you don't use to describe yourself. It's something other people say you are. Jon Stewart never called himself irreverent.
Well, I wouldn't call him that either.
Not anymore.
You said you used to be very rude and crude. Used to.
You talked about selling a black video game character into the slave trade like 4 months ago.
A guy gave you $5 and you pretty much spent 10 minutes telling him to fuck off. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Phil, I don't think you've gotten... Oh, my God, Phil, you think you've gotten less abrasive as time's gone on? Oh, shit.
To try to get a rise out of my viewership. The more ridiculous thing I said, the more attention I would get. And this mentality earned me one of the top spots as a video game commentator on YouTube back in the day. I was known as one of the top Let's Players, even though I always called them video game playthroughs. And so, infamously through the years, being partnered with Machinima back in the day when they existed, I made a living doing this for quite some time, just doing this kind of improv style commentary over videos. However, very famously, back in around, I would say,
Are we really going through the whole bio? I just want to get to the interview part.
From my viewer base. Basically, people had enough of that style of commentary. They felt that.
Okay, we always get to this point in a Phil video. Is it skip around time?
Yeah, it's skip around time. Because now we're just reminiscing about how apparently times changed. You didn't, and it's everyone else's fault. Yeah, I heard that one before.
Glory days, do 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 do.
Gloria. Than
Sorry.
laughing with me. Now, for the record,
Yeah.
I have gone down memory lane this year. I have become a lot more self-aware. I have decided to do a lot of React style events.
I
where
want
I
that
actually,
as a clip. I have become more
I
self-aware.
want Snort Burnell and Tevin and all these other people who do videos on Phil. I want them to get that clip, and every time he throws another temper tantrum, I want them to
Just stick it in there.
slice that clip in there. I become very
I become more self-aware.
directly responded.
The next time he
to the
bans
criticisms
Snow Carl.
and the things that people have said about me in the past about how my commentary was.
All right,
so-
let's move forward.
essentially couldn't do it anymore when they lost a lot of their major advertisers. At that point, I changed who I was.
Dude, we're six.
buy it
I'm
anymore.
telling you right now, I'm 6 minutes in, and he is still sucking his own dick and explaining himself. Phil, why do you need to do an interview? You're doing it right now.
You're telling us your side of the story.
Not only that, this is what he's going to make you do in the interview, too. He's going to make you ask questions so he can do this rap again.
And it's boring.
And he's going to make you pay him. I guarantee he's going to make you pay him.
Or people make the joke. I'm like, whatever. Here I am 6 years later. I'm still able to make content. I still have a viewer base that cares about what I do. We've all moved on from that. But again, when something like that happens, guess what?
Is it the jack-off video? he's
You
talking
got to
about?
live
I
it
think
down
so.
forever. And I don't think I ever will live that down. It's always going to be a stigma that's attached to me.
Well,
Okay.
you shot it out
I mean,
first.
you did jack off on camera. I mean, we didn't ask you. We all were screaming at the screen to turn it off, but you didn't listen.
Nobody made you
Okay.
pull your pud, man.
Yeah.
People,
I love how he's treating jacking off like his kid died on stream. Well, I mean, I guess millions of them.
I will.
did, but
He murdered thousands.
you abortionist.
have taken it upon themselves because apparently there's just not that much dramatic stuff going on my streams or my content anymore to try to intrude upon my personal life. And in the last few years, I've been down on my luck in a lot of different ways.
You don't get to sit there and bitch and moan and piss and moan and lay out your daily spending and what's coming up and then tell people, but how dare you pry into my personal life? Every time you don't get the amount of tips you want, no matter how well you do on Super Chats, you
guilt trip us over whether or not you can feed your cat.
Yeah, you talk about how your cat's going to die if you don't get enough money. So don't say that people are digging into my personal life.
Don't tell us that you only eat off of paper plates. Like, those are information bits we didn't ask for, but you give them, so then we want to talk about the other ones, Phil.
You're a comedic relief, Phil.
Okay? Bad financial decisions over the 14-year course that I've been a content creator forced me to take some actions to protect myself and my family and my future.
Just say bankruptcy.
Notably, a few years ago, I declared bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And I had to. There was no way that I was ever going to get out of the financial problem.
One of the biggest things about building an audience or a customer base or anything else, what I've had to learn in running a business, is that you have to develop trust between yourself and your clients and your audience and your customers and whatever, and that you can't abuse them. And when you do things like declare bankruptcy and then still yell at people to give you more money, you can't blame people for being hesitant if you've been irresponsible, that they may not want to give you money or that they don't believe you because you've got a bad track record.
And again, so
you can't get mad at the other people. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. The whole flipping from, like, they're doing something that, like, even if they criticize your spending habits or whatever, they give you $5 and they say, hey, man, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, whatever. They throw their idea out there. And as opposed to just taking that $5 and going, well, thank you, and then moving on.
Yeah.
You sit there and badger them like someone just gave you money and you're like, don't criticize, don't tell me. It's not your place to discuss decide how I should spend my money. Well, you just did ask me to give it to you, so right. I have a few opinions.
Problems that I was in. Unless I did so. And when that happened, a lot of information went public because...
All right, should we keep skipping around and see when he gets to the interview part?
Yeah, now we're pissing and moaning about how nothing's his fault.
Let's go to 10 minutes now and see if Phil is done explaining himself. Again, why do you need to do this interview about telling your side of the story when you're doing it right now?
YouTubers, as well as journalistic sites that seem to have covered slanderous and defamatory material about me as fact. I'm here to tell you that not only is all of the things that they say about me mostly wrong.
Wait, what kind of politician's word is that?
They're sitting here and saying that this stuff as fact. And let me tell you, some of it is. Like, no, that's not. No.
Okay? No one once has ever reached out to me and said, hey, Phil, can we get you?
Bullshit!
Fuck you running, motherfucker.
Not only did we reach out to you, Keemstar reached out to you and offered you $50,000, but it wasn't what you wanted to be a lolcow podcast, so you told him no. And don't say that people haven't reached out to you, Phil. People haven't sucked your dick. That's what you're trying to say.
Rich reached out to you. He offered you a computer. You could have done any of that shit. This whole, like, nobody's reached out to me. No, because every time they reach out to you, I don't have to explain shit to you. Fuck off. You guys are all haters.
Nobody's reached out to help me. Right, because every time Keemstar or Rich does it, like Johnny said, you go, fuck you, you piece of shit. Keemstar fucking sucks. I hate him. Blah, 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 blah. So
he just covers drama to milk drama. That's all he is a drama channel. Hey, will someone cover my drama?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yes, you're right. Exactly.
It's almost like you need a, what's it called? A Keemstar.
Yeah. So you know what Keemstar did on his show this weekend?
What did he do?
Watch the jerk off video. Talk shit more, stupid.
Your side of the story? Can we get a rebuttal to the negativity that people say about you on the internet? No one. These people would rather roll with the memes, get clickbait views and popularity and attention for themselves on the internet, and they think that they are just immune to any kind of repercussions for it. Now, for the most part...
What if they said that's so wrong? They said you declared bankruptcy. You begged for money really hard. You masturbated on camera. I'm not seeing where the lies are. Like, that's all provable.
Yeah, and I have another question here. You're saying that people are going on the internet and they're making, like, anything they can, drama for clickbait stuff. What are you doing right now?
Right, and not only that, if you're talking about the WWE Champions thing that you hate hearing about so much, just show your stuff and show people you didn't do it.
And again, if all of these people and media outlets are airing these falsehoods, I feel like you have isn't there like a law thing, like a libel or something?
Alex Jones certainly got hit by it.
I mean, I don't think you're going to get $1 billion.
No, Phil, you're not going to get $1 billion.
They're right, because I'm just one guy. I don't own a giant team of businesses. I don't make a lot of money where I can lawyer up and try to protect myself against all of this really negative, toxic
bullshit.
stuff.
There are plenty of lawyers who work on, you get a settlement,
Pro
you
bono.
get something, they take it off the back end. There are plenty of lawyers who do that.
Said about me on the internet. In fact, there's so many people saying this about me at once. I would have to have a team of lawyers suing everyone at once. It would be insane. It would never work.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay?
Okay, Phil, if
For the
that's your
most part.
problem, could you maybe, I don't know, just drop it and move on? Because I feel like if you don't pay attention to it, does it really affect you?
Right. Now, when are you going to ask people if they want to interview? How much of your benign drivel do we have to listen to before you go, okay, here's what I want to do?
I keep my mouth shut. I just stay here in my lane on my channel, DSP.
Oh, get
I just
the
make content
fuck.
for myself.
Oh my God.
And then
Are you
This is a new
kidding?
level of fucking not aware.
Is this the guy who a few minutes ago just said he got a lot more self-awareness?
Yes. Yes, it is. He said he was less fucking abrasive and he was and he's more self-aware. Are you shitting me, Phil? Have you ever watched your show?
Phil, your resting state is cunty. Like that, I mean, that's just where you start at. That's you run hot.
people watch it and enjoy it, and it's just made for I like to call it a curated fan base. This is content very much for people
That's
who
called
want to
niche
see the
by
style
most
of content
people.
that I
Yeah.
make, and for no one else. I have no aspirations to grow humongous. I have no aspirations.
Then stop. Then you know what? I'm tired of hearing that from people. I hear that from a lot of different people who do shows. And it's never people who are big.
No,
It's always people who can't get bigger. They go, oh, I don't have an aspiration to get big. Then stop doing it, because you're doing it for the wrong reasons then. You should want to be talking to as many people as possible.
I don't have an aspiration. Sorry.
I think Red Bar's guilty of this. He goes, well, the Red Bar show, we don't want it to be bigger. Yes, you do. It's just that it's not, and it's not going to get there. You've got a great show. You've got a good audience. Just be happy with that. Same thing with DSP. I don't want to get bigger. Bullshit. I'll tell you why. Because I want to get bigger. I have a growing channel. But I want it. I'm impatient. I want it to get bigger and bigger every single day. I want it to jump by leaps and bounds. But you're not growing any bigger. I don't like it when people have the tribe has spoken about them and reviewed them, and then after the review comes out, they go, "Well, I'm not trying to do that."
Okay, but that's not what it looks like, homie.
That's I don't want to go to your party. It's like, well, yeah, we didn't invite you. Yeah, well, I don't want to go.
Yeah, man, I really want to go to the after party, but I gotta make a brisket.
Oh, Adrian.
Dude, I always say that I don't do all this stuff that I do. I'm not in it for the money, because that's true. I'm not in it for the money. But like, if you sit there, do you want your channel to be bigger? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
You mean that's that's going to make more money? Yeah, problem we could deal with. But
Yeah.
I want the channel to be fucking bigger.
Yes,
like you
exactly.
always want it moving forward.
If you're broadcasting, you want to be broadcasting to as many people as possible.
You want more people than you had yesterday. Period.
So, Phil, you're either lying or you're stupid. And to be honest with you, I can never figure out which one it is.
I think it's both.
okay. You're a
to
stupid
be
liar.
rich and famous. I just like doing what I do because it was my hobby before it ever was my job, and that's all I ever wanted to do, is be able to love what I do for a living. And
You
I
don't
do.
seem like you love
But
it.
when daily, at this point, there's another major YouTube channel
Time to
coming
skip
out,
again?
putting me into one of their toxic countdowns.
I think so.
All right, time
Because
to
he's sitting there, he's
skip
like, I
it.
just want to do what I love, and all I can think is, there are customer service desks like at Walmart where you can work 9 to 5 every day and go, you're stupid, shut up, and like they'll totally pay you.
You'd be really good at it.
Yeah, man.
actually.
Best
And not only
in the
that,
biz.
you've been sitting here bitching for the last 15 minutes. It doesn't sound like something you love doing.
I just can't imagine anybody watching this that's never seen Phil and thought, wow, there's a guy I want to interview.
I got to check this guy out. He's good.
He's going to be big on the channel.
A transparent interview with someone. All right?
racist.
If there is legitimately someone out there who actually wants to ask me questions about this bullshit
I do.
that has been said about me
I do.
over the last several years,
Yep.
I will talk to them.
I feel like Keemstar and Rich did want to do that.
They both want to talk to you, Phil. Again, this is you manipulative trash bag. And you're not getting one over on people the way you think you are, Phil. You're not that bright.
He's 4D chesting us.
Hey, he really is. Phil, these people want to talk to you, and they want to ask you questions about this stuff. But they're going to press you and hold your feet to the fire and make you tell honest answers. You want someone with like 1,500 subs who's going to softball the whole thing because they think it's a get.
And just let you talk in front of your microphone.
Right.
Okay? And I will give you my side of the story. Now, the thing is, I've spoken to lawyers, and I know what I should and shouldn't be talking about. I was actually advised during the bankruptcy proceeding, do not give any kind of personal information out because it could affect the proceeding.
Yeah, but if the proceeding's over, Phil, that doesn't count. Like,
Also-
if the proceedings are over, it's closed, it's done.
Also, didn't you say you didn't have the ability to seek legal counsel because it would take too much money and too many lawyers?
Yeah.
But you spoke to a lawyer about what you can or can't talk about on this one interview.
Can't sue like Dexerto or Kotaku, but you
Or
can,
Rich or Keemstar.
yeah.
So I know exactly legally what I can and cannot say. Last year, I was a victim of identity theft as a result of these toxic people messing with me. And yes, I talked to a lawyer and I was told this is what you can and cannot say. And the truth is, for the most part, I have defended myself.
Then what?
Very logically and reasonably here on DSP Gaming.
Okay.
The problem is, it's only for my audience. The funny
isn't.
part is, all these things that I've said and done to defend myself have never been publicly broadcast anywhere else.
Come broadcast it here, Phil. We will talk to you. You can have a whole hour if you want to. You can come on this show. Let it be known. We want to talk to DSP. We want to talk to Phil. Phil, we will ask you all the questions. We'll let you answer, and you can give it your side of the story.
Just a little quick fact check for you there, Phil. There's a couple of what you might call detractor channels. They air all the stuff you do about this because you complaining about this stuff is some of that content you're talking about that other people are feeding off of.
Phil, you were just
So you're getting your representation.
Phil, you were just on our cringe yesterday. That's coverage.
Yeah.
It's as if I never said them because I only said them here and no one else actually got that information, right? So people just constantly regurgitate the same negative, slanderous memes, the same nasty things about me that
Let's
are not
rap
true,
about it, Phil. Let's
but
rap.
no one ever asks me.
I'll
What's
ask
the
you.
truth of the matter? What's really going on? All right? So what I am proposing
Ooh,
to everyone on the internet right now,
I'm
if
excited.
you want to make fun of me, fine.
Okay.
Why don't you talk to me
Okay.
and actually ask the man
Yes.
in the situation what's really going on?
Why don't you answer the phone for once? We've been trying to get you, man.
Deal. Let's do it, Phil. You already told Rich to go fuck himself. He fell under the category of what you're talking about. How about me? I'll do it. How about Snort Hogan? If you don't do it with me, do it with Snort Hogan. Do it with Duty Streams.
Do it with me. You can do it for literally like 5 of viewers.
I've even got my own guy trying to kneecap me. Look at it. Everybody wants to talk to you, Phil.
Okay? I feel like maybe there would be people out there who'd be interested in this. All right?
Yes.
The true story. Even if you believe it or not. But no one ever has.
But you can't get cunty when people express skepticism during the interview because that's part of interviewing.
No one comes out to me and says, Phil, will you tell us what's really going on? Can you answer this or this or this? Okay? Now, please understand there'll be limitations. I'm not going to be talking about things that are very personal to my family members or my wife. It's got to be things about me. Okay? But for the most part, I want to set the record straight on this stuff publicly. Whether or not people believe it is their own prerogative. But at least it would be on public record that I'm telling you what really is going on in these situations that people...
By the way, you can always tell when someone's probably lying and manipulating when they say, whether or not you believe me is up to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And this whole I'm gonna
Usually someone who's not manipulating goes, that's my side of the story.
look. I'm gonna tell you my side of the story. It's on you. But no, I don't like this whole like. I just want to be able to say nobody ever asked me questions. That's because when they did, you told them fuck you.
Right. You tell them to fuck off. You ban Snow Carl. You yell at Rich. You tell Keemstar he's a fucking asshole.
When people ask you questions like you're asking for all this money, why aren't you managing? You can't criticize how I manage my like again.
Right.
People asking you questions has been. You don't handle what is it conflict or people
Criticism.
criticizing
Yeah.
you. Yeah, there you go. You don't handle criticism well, Phil. I don't know
Criticism.
Criticism.
Is that like Kratom?
Kratom. I
Criticism.
need Kratom, apparently. I'm turning into fucking Brendan Schaub over here.
are, for the most part,
okay, B.
fabricating about me.
I'm 38.
I really don't think it's fair that all the negative memes and the slander gets a voice box, a soapbox.
A voice
That
box
all
like
these big
this.
YouTubers are making videos about me constantly and putting me into their negative countdowns or whatever. And
No offense, Phil, but Duty and I are not exactly big channels.
I literally don't get a chance to respond because I don't have the view count. I don't have the exposure that
You got
these guys have.
200,000 subs.
All right?
Put on a quality
So,
product.
As of right now, I'm publicly announcing I want to talk to someone publicly about this.
Holla
All
at
right?
your boy,
Now,
Phil.
Here's how it's going to work.
Oh,
I'm sure what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have people contacting me about this, And it's not just going to be one or two people, it'll probably be a few. I don't want to just jump on the first opportunity. I want to vet the people who maybe are willing to do this because I want to make sure I'm doing it in the right way.
We have a whole DSP playlist. You'll love it.
Gordy's
Right
got a clean bill of health. That cleared in my order.
Shake. And I'm not saying someone who's going to toss me softball questions.
Bullshit.
Absolutely not.
Bullshit.
But I want to do it with someone who's going to actually not be completely so dismissive of anything that I'm going to say.
I don't want I don't want someone who's going to give me softballs, but I don't want anyone who's going to be dismissive of anything I say. Well, Phil, you double talking son of a bitch, you old sailor.
I don't want anyone that's going to give me softballs, but at the same rate, I don't want you to question anything that comes out of my mouth.
And also a situation where this isn't just a shooting gallery for people who already hate me. You understand? I want this to be an opportunity where I can at least give my side in a fair way.
Yeah.
And again, it'll be your prerogative to judge whether or not you believe me or not, and that's fine.
But don't be dismissive. So you get to judge whether or not you believe me, but don't be dismissive. Boy, what a... Wow.
It's almost like we're not allowed to form our own opinions about the thing you say.
It's remarkable, Phil. You are an interesting bloke.
But at least I'll have my side out there, as opposed to now where I talk about stuff on my streams and no one ever cares or hears about it besides my fan base who are already on my side. So what's the point?
Right? A lot of your fan base isn't.
Here's what's going to happen. If you have the ability to, and you want to reach out to me to have me on your show or have an interview with me, you could DM me on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP.
No, we can't.
I know some people have the ability to do that and some people don't. I really don't understand how that's possible.
Yes, you do.
Because you block people that you don't like.
Some people just send me DMs and some don't. Or you could email me, DarkSydePhil@hotmail.com. It's a public email address I've had for many years. It is
a Hotmail account?
Yeah, Hotmail's still a thing.
I
have a Hotmail account.
Now it's Dark SYDE, correct? DarkSydePhil
I think so.
at Hotmail. You sure are. .com. All right, you'll be getting that email, Philip.
Is my business email address where you can contact me. All right. Now, I just want to say something and make it very clear.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is not about money or me trying to make the bag. It has nothing to do with that. This is about me clearing the air about all the nonsense that's been said about me in so many words in the last few years, and basically everyone dogpiling on me very, very unfairly. Okay.
Oh, you poor
I need
thing.
to be able to defend myself. There's been situations over the years where outright defamation and slander against me has been disproven. In this case, after that happened, everyone else just decided to create more, and then it's like there's so much out there.
If it's been disproven and it was proven, that means you have legal recourse.
Right, you have legal recourse if it's been proven.
You can then go
to be
after
not
these
true.
people if they're continuing, if they're doubling down and doing it more. Again,
Get them.
Get them, buddy.
You don't think a lawyer who takes 30% on the back end and works for free until then would see documentation that it's factually untrue and go, oh, this is an easy 30% payday. I'm taking this case.
Well, I mean, like, what, does Keemstar have money?
Yeah, about $5-6 million bucks.
DSP, what are you waiting for, man?
What are you supposed to do, right? Now, also, I want to make this clear. I'm heading into the busiest time of the year for me and my business. There's a bunch of video games coming out that I have to cover, and they're all high profile, all right? So I'm definitely not saying I'm going to be doing this immediately. In fact, like I said, what I like to do is kind of take my time and vet my options, see what offers are made to me of who wants to do what. And once I get offers, then I can judge for myself what's the best one. I'm not even saying I'm going to accept one. I'm just saying I want someone to give me a fair chance.
I want someone
Was
to
this
give
a
me
20-minute circle jerk?
This was a 20-minute fuck everybody waste of time.
Oh, my God.
Out of protest, I'm not watching the last minute.
That's fair.
Out of protest, I'm not watching the last minute of that shit.
I'll be at Winners in Sartell Friday and Saturday. If you want to come see me DJing. Otherwise, I got my twitch.tv/JustKiddingLLC.
Oh, what a fucking douche this guy is. Oh, what an absolute douchebag this guy is. That whole I'll take the interview. But I might not do it. But I might not. I'll take your interview request, but I might not even pick one. And also, it has to let me tell my side of the story. I'm not saying it has to be softballs, but you can't be dismissive.